It's the first all-women's card in ONE history on the 3rd of September. Xiong Jingnan defends the ONE Women's Strawweight World title against Michelle Nicolini. And the first round of the ONE Women's Atomweight World Grand Prix.
Hey, Fight fans, I'm Michelle Joy Phelps, and I'm joined now with Alyse Anderson, who is competing in the first all-female card in the history of ONE Championship, where the winner of this prestigious tournament will earn a shot at ONE Women's Atomweight World Champion Angela Lee for the world title. Alyse, thank you so much for making the time for the call today, because I know that you had just arrived in Singapore, and I can only imagine how jet lag and tired you're feeling right now.
Oh, no problem. I actually adjusted really fast, surprisingly, because I was so tired at midnight when I got in. So I fell right asleep and was up this morning. So that was good.
Do you ever do you travel often overseas?
This is my first time.
Oh, really?
Ever.
Okay. Are you
Yeah.
excited?
Yeah, it was actually really cool just getting to even the layovers and stuff. I thought was just so cool to see another culture and be on one of the big international planes and stuff.
Right. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's got to be exciting for you. Well, before we get into the event itself, I really like to get a bit of backstory on you and your journey and sort of how it led you to representing the USA in the Women's Atomweight Grand Prix. One of the cool things that I really admire you for this, is that you worked in the front lines of the pandemic as an EMT. What was that experience like for you overall, and what did it teach you about yourself and your courage?
Well, before the pandemic, I enjoyed it a lot more because I worked on a cardiac unit in hospital, which I got to take every time I had a fight, I got to take 6 to 8 weeks off, and my work was super supportive, and then when the pandemic hit, it was having to put training on. Well, at least I knew everyone was not training, so that helps, but nothing really changed for me other than not training, because I actually had to work more. And while everyone was staying home, so it was a little bit scary because I lived at home with my parents, and was working on our cardiac unit became the COVID unit. And a lot of the times I was what they call the sitter, which is patients that were would have the mask on, and if they were confused, or if they were not strong enough to get the mask off, I would have to sit there for 12 hours in all my PPE just in case they were to aspirate. I'd have to take the mask off, but usually it's just sitting there for 12 hours from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. in full PPE with 1 30-minute break at 1 a.m. So that took that was super hard, because I needed that's when you would see people come with the bruises from the N95 and all of that. So and we didn't know that much about COVID, so I was so scared about making my parents sick, coming home every day, and people are oh, she hasn't fought in 2 years, and I'm I might not have fought, but I was still doing something that made me mentally tough. And as soon as I could get back to training, I did. So it was definitely crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine, like you said, it made you mentally tough, because you may not have been physically competing or training, but that obviously had to taught you a lot about yourself.
Yeah, and in before the pandemic hit too, I was still training full time, and I helped a few UFC fighters, Felice Herrig, and when Weili Zhang fought, I was there for her 2 weeks when she was in Vegas, fighting Joanna. So I was still getting to experience all these things and be on the MMA scene. It's not I just took 2 years off of MMA.
Right. One of the cool things, though, is that, just overall, you're athletic. You had earned a collegiate scholarship for soccer, but you also raced motocross for fun. So why MMA? What was it in particular that made you fall in love with it?
Well, I would always get in trouble in soccer for being too aggressive, like yellow cards and stuff. And um when I started training MMA, like to get in shape for soccer more, like I actually just mostly I fell in love with jujitsu first,
Mm-hmm.
and like the art of jujitsu and like all the submissions, and then like the striking kind of came with that. And I was like super young, like when I first started. So just I was only going to do one amateur fight for fun, and then when I won in 46 seconds, I was like, okay, one more. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to quit when I lose. And then I was already a pro by the time I had my first loss, and was like, I did take like a year off after I lost, but still trained. And um yeah, came back and won two more after that, and I just have loved it so much. Now I like still can't believe it's my full-time career now.
Right. I know. I can only imagine. I mean, making that transition too is so different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, especially going from working like the COVID unit until March, and then getting a phone call saying like I could be a full-time fighter fighting for one was like life-changing.
Wow. Well, as you know, like obviously with this card, women are starting to see more fair opportunities and promotion in the sport, and that's like across the board. Because I do a lot of work in boxing, and I see the same thing. What has your experience been like for you so far in terms of like a predominantly male industry?
Um when I was younger, I feel like it was worse because there was not like any girls ever at gyms. Like, so I would never have girl training partners. And like being like 18 and going to gyms and kind of getting like, I want to say like treated unfairly, but
Hmm.
like you always have to like especially I was young, I was so naive to like guys' intentions on trying to help you, and like always like being like, I can help you so much with your career, and like being so naive to like their intentions with that, being a girl. um and like you want so bad for like the head coach of a big gym to be like take you under their wing and stuff like that. And then I have been to so many gyms and seen like girls get take advantage because like they want that so bad, and like almost like willing to do anything for like that attention from a head coach at a big gym or really any gym because you're a girl. And then like being let down because it's like, oh, they didn't want to help me because they thought I was a good fighter. They wanted to help me for other reasons.
Right.
And then like that's disappointing, and like that's where I've seen it. But then what, like as I've seen more girls come on the scene, like especially now them being more like, I want to say popular than boys,
Hmm.
but uh sometimes they can be financially like better for coaches to help. So getting, then you do see them like actually wanting to help girls because they see like better opportunities for
Yeah.
girls instead of like, oh, there's no girls in the UFC, why am I gonna put my time into this girl and stuff like that.
So being that, you have seen sort of the beginning stages to sort of transitioning now where you're starting to see more women get opportunities, how important is it for you to also, like when you see other girls coming on the scene, important it is for you to sort of, as you would say, like sort of take them under your wing and sort of guide them and help them out?
um if I got the opportunity, like I definitely would. um I'm now like kind of in a gym that's like back to like all boys and stuff.
Hmm.
But uh like if I had to give advice to like an upcoming fighters, it would definitely just be like, I wish someone would have told me when I was younger, like just to not be so naive to like people's intentions, because I definitely didn't realize how cutthroat this sport was when I was like 17, 18. And my dad sent me to Vegas for 1 month just to try out a big gym because I was living in Michigan. And then just to see like how, like I grew up in, you never even traveled or went anywhere, a small little town in Mason, Michigan, and then to go to Vegas for a month at 18 was just like super eye opening. So if I got the opportunity, like how girls have mentored me, like
Hmm.
Felice Herrig, Ronda Rousey, actually, when she was fighting, I trained at Glendale Fight Club, and she just gave me like really good advice, and um, about like staying committed to your goals and things like that, and getting away from distractions. So like those girls I've always looked up to, and I would like to be a role model, and like that's my goal. Is like right now I need to make a statement in the cage, but long term I would like to be able to like impact the younger generation.
Right. Now you'll be facing Itsuki Hirata in the quarterfinals at the event. What do you know of your opponent so far?
She's young and undefeated, and she's like going up or she's fought like pretty much all in ONE FC. So I just know that she's gonna try to get it to the ground, and she's shorter than me. She has a good overhand right. I've just been studying her for so long because of the date getting pushed back. It's almost like, what don't I know about her at this point? So yeah, she's super confident, and I think she's kind of looking past this first round a little bit. Like already talking about her in the finals, and but and I don't mind that I'm the underdog. It kind of takes the pressure off, but I just want to be able to perform well.
Do you prefer when an opponent is a bit more trash talky or aggressive with you? Do you feel like that sort of brings the dog out in you, or do you prefer to sort of just keep it quiet, mum, and professional?
I guess like I would like for it to be professional, but that doesn't always happen. But it just makes it harder for me to stay professional, I guess, because like I like try to pride myself on being professional, and then like when you see that online or hear people talk about you in an interview, it's like so hard to be like, I'm gonna not I'm gonna throw my mouthpiece in your face after I choke. It's like all these things run through your mind, and it's like, no, I'll be the bigger person. And then it's so hard to be the bigger person when you hear like people talk bad about you. But I just try to be like, people can say what they want, but like at the end of the day, it just matters like what happens in the cage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. What would it mean? I'm sorry. What would a win mean for you?
Oh my gosh, like just even hearing it like gives me butterflies and like goosebumps, because like it, especially the date getting pushed back and how long it's been since I fought, it would just, I just know like I would be proving so many people wrong, like that have been doubting me, and uh all the stuff online that you can't help but read even when you don't want to read it, just like showing that I belong in this tournament, and I'm not a stepping stone for Tsuki to go and I'm not getting fed to her for ONE FC. And and I also like want to make the promotion happy, like that they made a good decision in signing me, and like giving me this opportunity to be a full-time fighter.
Right. I mean, this could be life-changing for you.
Yeah, the opportunity is already life-changing, but getting the win would just like be extra.
Mm-hmm. So knowing all of that, any normal person would admit that that comes with immense pressure, the nerves, and so forth. So how are you keeping yourself sort of sane and on the straight and narrow, and not really sort of getting distracted by everything?
The best advice that I've gotten, which has been helping me so far, like with how like big of experience this is just like taking it like literally like moment by moment, and just like enjoying each part of it, like enjoying like the travel here even though it was 30 hours, and like getting to even just like the hour that you get to go to the pool here in the hotel, and like day by day, and trying to not like just sit in my room and like focus just on the fight. Like it's okay to think about other stuff then, and like relax and watch a movie instead of like being fixated on like the what ifs and all of this, like because no matter what, like you're gonna be nervous, and and it's not even like nervous like, oh, because of her. It's like nervous because I just want to perform well.
Right. Well, fans can watch One in Power on Friday, September the 3rd. Now, depending on where you're watching from globally, you can check your local listings for more information. But thank you so much for your time, Alyse, and I wish you all the best and for representing Team USA.
Thank you.
Do you have any final words? Do you have anything you'd like to say?
I just want to thank everyone that's supported me this far, and I hope that I can make everyone proud and put on a good show Friday night.
Well, we wish you all the best, and I'll be watching. So
Awesome.
We'll see how it all goes down.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your time. Have a good one.